Guys, I'm Jacob Mudre, and my problem slash solution is called messy wires. So, to start it off, I wanted to talk about something that Dr. Ford mentioned in the little assignment page that he actually put up for this video, and how he was mentioning a comment about how we are the star of the show. Um, I was going to go through the PowerPoint with you guys, but I figured everybody had already seen that, and I wanted to do something that meant something. So, what I'm going to do is instead of just show, and I don't have a hard copy of the actual product itself, but what I can do is show you how relevant this thing is, even into just basic uh, college apartment like I'm in right now, and how much this actually applies to. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was go through the value proposition in order, kind of thing like that, and talk about my personal story. So the reason I got invested in this problem was because I used to own a couple of rabbits back when I was a very small child, and we went out to dinner one night and left them alone in their cage, thought everything would be fine. Came back, and one of them got behind the entertainment center with the TV, chewed through a bunch of wires, and then ended up passing away. So after that, I was very cautious with pets going forward, that they were away from wires. I didn't leave any out, or that I was very, very secure with what we were leaving them there in. Um, my problem story also involves that right there, is having a bunch of wires laying around the house. It A, creates a huge mess and just doesn't look good, even for people that clean their apartment or household consistently. Wires are very hard to make look nice and very neat and proper. And then small pets being around that just adds another level of hazard and problem in itself. The competitor story. So there are obviously many, many things on the market which are almost all the same, but they all just look different. And what they do is essentially you either pin it up against the wall, or you put it on the ground and you just shove a bunch of wires in there. They get all tangled up, but they're out of sight, so no one cares. And what the problem with all these solutions are is that I right now am in a apartment. I'm eventually going to move out of here when I graduate college. Excuse me. And same thing happens when people move out of their houses, or when you get perfect example right now. I have a PS4 hooked up down there. PS5 just came out. People exchange wires and technology constantly, whether they're moving, putting new stuff in, taking old stuff out. Things date, things age, new stuff comes out. It's a way of life. So the problem that happens is when you do all that, if you use one of those products, it's just a huge nest of wires just bundled up in one place. It's kind of like throwing all your clothes in the closet. Like, it looks clean, but they're all still there, and you have to deal with them eventually. All the solutions do right now is delay the problem itself. And then my solution story, which is my whole value proposition that I'm pitching to you guys right now, is essentially something very similar to that, but with such a minor tweak that it just makes it usable. And that's adding in, it's essentially a small plastic covering that would be a very rectangular shape with an open and close lid on the front. You would just pin it up against the wall, run it along whatever wall you need to put, how long you need your wires, make them connectable pieces, and then you will be able to, there's little grooves on the inside of it where you can just line the wires up and just have them run along it. And it keeps them separated, which prevents the mess later on, and still gives you all the bonuses of the current solutions on the market right now. And my overall value proposition for that is it's very easy to make these things. They're very cheap. The difference between my product and what's on the market is not even that big, and it would be a very, very easy way to implement into this solution. And I think it's a very big problem among a lot of people. A lot of people like their apartments clean. A lot of people game, use technology. Technology is in everything we do today. So I know just about every person watching this video has some wires laying around somewhere right now, or has them bundled up in one of these solutions that I'm talking about. And if you want to prove it to yourself, you can go and try to see how messy it really is inside those things, and try to interchange one wire or the other, and it can be a huge pain. So my value proposition is essentially giving people the same results they're getting from the product they're using currently on the market, with almost no difference in cost to produce them, removing the one huge annoyance that all of them cause collectively. All right, and that's my entire value proposition. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something, and maybe if you want to go around your own apartment and see how many wires you have laying around, you could realize how prevalent this problem is. Thank you very much.